review. Comic Brew review. Comic Brew review. Comic Brew review. On YouTube. Comic Brew review. YouTube. Check us out. CR41 Corner Brew Productions. Here's your hosts.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy,
Billy Captain Regan.
in the house, bringing you episode 4 of What If Dr. Strange Lost His Heart
Instead of his hands.
instead of his hands.
Yeah.
So Dr. Strange, the first thing you see, he picks up Miss Kristen to go to the banquet. Alright, so you remember the first Doctor Strange movie? It's going off just like the freaking movie did. But instead of him going to that banquet by himself when he wrecks his car, he picks up Miss Kristen. So they go into the banquet, and on the way there, he gets behind the slow driving truck, tries to pass it, checks himself, gets back behind it, and next thing you know, another car comes up and rams him in the ass. It knocks him over the bridge. They land up in the Pacific, and Kristen dies instead of Strange.
Don't lose his hands.
He does not lose his hands. So, from there, like in the movie, he went to go look to find a way to heal his hands. This time, he goes to find a way to try to heal his heart. But he still finds the dark magic like he did in the first movie.
But he won't let them know. He won't let Wong and them know that it was dark magic he was getting into, because he did everything like he did.
You're jumping ahead.
He defeated Dormammu and everything.
Yeah, you're jumping ahead.
How am I jumping ahead?
Because we're just at the point where he just found the dark magic to heal his heart instead of his hands.
Yeah, but it won't dark magic then.
Not the dark magic, my fault.
That's what I was correcting you.
Sorry, thank you, sir.
It's okay.
That's
The
what
Mystic Cars, yeah.
So yeah, instead of going to find ways to heal his hands, this time he's going to find the mystic arts to heal his heart.
Right.
So everything goes through like it did in the movie.
Everything.
He kills Dormammu and all that. Well, bargains, can a bargain,
Right.
can
He
a
don't
bargain,
kill.
can a bargain.
You can't kill Dormammu.
Find Doctor Strange 2 years later, sitting there with the time stone in his hand.
Right. Talking to Wong.
Talking
He
to
should
Wong.
listen to Wong more, by the way.
Very much. And if you've seen the Spider-Man No Way Home preview, which we did a video on that too, that I need to post. Wong tells him the same thing, gives him great advice, man. Let's go downstairs and boil the tea before you do something you're going to regret.
Yeah. Before you do something, yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But Steven does not listen.
He don't listen to Wong.
He automatically
Nobody ever listens to Wong.
goes back and tries to.
Stupid ass motherfuckers.
He turns back time. You're right. I agree, sir. I agree. He turns back time to try to save Kristen. And it's kind of like what Billy's saying. Would you say it kind of like was? What movie did it remind you of?
It reminded
Bill
me
Murray?
from the comics. From
Bill Murray movie.
Oh, Groundhog Day.
So yeah, he kept
Over
going
again.
over and over and over.
Trying to save her,
over.
but every time she died.
Different scenario, no matter
He
what
went one
did.
way, he even went a whole different route.
Yeah, man.
He even went to the restaurant. He went
took
to
her
a
out for
restaurant.
pizza
He
instead of
took her out
going
to
to the-
pizza. Yes, and somebody come in and robbed her and shot her.
Shot her.
Yeah, wow.
So then finally the ancient
Everything.
one came in and what you tell him?
It was inevitable. He could
It's
not
an absolute
change it.
point in time.
Right.
It's an absolute point in time.
Absolute point in time, which is BS.
Okay,
In the
now
series
here's
game
what
with
we
the
want to talk
BS.
about. Why is that BS?
Because in the 616 universe, he lost his hands and she fucking survived.
Is this
He
the
turned his back.
616
He
universe?
turned his back on her. No, but it's saying he tried every time. He tried. He couldn't find that point. Why
Well,
not?
if it was the same, if it was
He did.
the
He did
same-
say that.
if
Did
it
see
was the
she was
same-
saved.
If it was the same as the 616 universe, why would it be a show called What If?
It's regardless. There
What
was
do you
still
mean
another way.
regardless?
There was still another way. He
Not
was
in
saying
this show.
they were
not in
saying
this
there was no
story.
other way, but yes, there was
Not
another
in,
way.
not in this story. Because this is a what if, and this is a story that we've never seen or heard before.
I understand that, but they
so
kept
why
on
is it
saying it's
bullshit if you
absolute
understand that?
because it said it was an absolute, and they want an absolute
In
because it
this
could have
universe
changed.
it is.
No,
Why?
because he went through different universes.
Not in this one.
Yes, he
Not in
did.
this
He went
show.
through everything he could possibly do. He went through. Yes, he
He
did.
just turned back
he even
time.
He even saw Watu.
He turned back time.
Yeah, he tried to make
And
a
what
deal
did
with
Watu?
Watu.
Okay, so
Yeah,
he
he could have
seen
done it.
Watu. What
And
did Watu
he
tell
told him he
him?
could have done it.
No, what did Watu tell him? He could have done it, but guess what happens if he
He told
did
him he
it?
could have.
What would have happened if he did it? it would destroy the universe.
It wouldn't destroy the universe. He just
But it
lost his
did.
hands.
No, no, Chris. In the other universe, in the real movie, she did not ride with him. In the movie, she did not ride with him.
No, he was by himself.
Yeah. So this is a different universe. It's not 616. It's what
I
if.
understand all that.
If you do, then why are you saying it's bullshit?
Because it was not an absolute, is what I'm saying. They kept saying it was an absolute, but it wasn't an absolute.
Then if he could have changed it, what could he have done different? In this show, we're talking about this show. What could he have done different?
Kept her ass at home, and went
But
by
no
himself.
matter what, she kept getting killed. We seen that.
He didn't try that.
He tried everything. I mean, he could
I don't
have.
know.
They could have been
I'm
off
just saying,
camera.
it wasn't an absolute. That's my whole point. It wasn't an
Yes, it
absolute.
was.
No, it wasn't.
Because she could not have saved her.
It
he
was
could
not
have
an
saved her.
absolute.
There's no way he could have saved her.
Yes, he
according to
could've.
this.
According to that, but it was bullshit because he could have.
I don't see how you say he could.
Because it wasn't an absolute.
But how was it not absolute?
Because she survived in another universe. So it won't an
about
absolute.
what you just said.
Right, exactly. Because it
Another.
won't. Exactly. So it won't a fucking absolute.
But not this universe.
It still don't make it an absolute.
In this universe, it does. You said another. Think about
Right.
that, dude. Another one, not this
He had
one.
the time stone.
Not the one
he
we
could have
just
done
watched.
that. He could have
Not
went
the
another.
one we just
he could have
watched.
done that.
But that wasn't his universe.
But it wasn't an absolute.
That wasn't his universe. Did he even know there was another Doctor Strange around until somebody told him? No, he didn't.
But yeah, but it was.
But he didn't know. So how would he known to go to another universe? If this is his universe, the one he's living in now, there's another Strange that could have done it.
Okay.
Another Doctor Strange
Well,
that maybe
agree
could
to
have done it.
disagree.
I don't see how you
Keep going with the
reconcile your
story.
point.
Keep going on with the story.
But it's another universe. But you said
Just keep
another
going
universe.
on.
But
Keep
all right,
going on
so
with the story.
he can't save her. He cannot save her. Here comes the Ancient One, and she splits him in half as he tries to escape to
She
go to
split
the
the time
missing
stone.
books of.
She splits the time stone in half.
While he's trying to go to the missing books of
The
I can't say that word. Cagliostro?
Cagliostro.
Caligostro.
Calligraphy. No, calligraphy.
But yeah, she
Something like that.
but he tries and tries to save her, man. Then he's visited by the Ancient One. Death is absolute point in time, and the trying to reverse it will destroy this universe, not another
And it
universe, not another universe.
He brought her back, and it did.
But this universe.
It did.
Not
it
another one.
It destroyed that one.
So he takes himself to that lost library of
He still want an absolute.
Killer Little Giddy.
He went to the library of this famous sorcerer.
And
There were names we cannot pronounce because
so
it
he,
is so ancient.
So he sits there and talks to this guy, and I agree with what Billy said during the show too, man. That Doctor Strange is an egotistical maniac.
He was in the
He
comics.
is full of himself.
He was arrogant bastard. He was
very much,
Yes.
and he didn't give a fuck what nobody said. He's gonna do what he
He's gonna
wants
do it
to.
exactly. He'll do it his way because he's Doctor Strange.
Yep. So
And that they took from the comics.
and
That's for sure.
no matter what,
That's for sure.
he kept on trying and found the way to absorb
And
power from
absolute
other
power.
beings.
And absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Books. He finds a way to try and to reverse this absolute point in time.
Yeah.
And
Which
the
is
only
not
way that he
absolute.
can do it is, how's it not absolute? We're gonna
Regardless.
debate this. How is it not absolute?
Keep going.
How is it not absolute?
It destroys that universe.
Yeah.
It does.
So it's an absolute point in time because
It absolutely destroys.
it will absolutely.
That's
destroy.
what the power. Absolute power destroys. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That goes to my point. That's the
Yeah.
whole point. That's the whole point of the
So
word.
it's not bullshit then.
Absolute power destroys
So how's
absolute.
it bullshit?
Because it won't. Because it was.
If you say it's not in the comics, it's because this ain't the comics.
I didn't say that.
I'm just saying if you did.
But I didn't. What if? Huh?
Yeah.
Aha.
Y'all gonna love this episode.
Yeah.
So what if?
What if he lost his
What if he
heart?
wants such a speaking off the topic, off the script and everything? What if he wants such an egotistical fucking dickhead? Would he be doing this? I don't think so. What if he had Captain America's heart?
If he had Captain America, he never would have became Doctor Strange, probably.
Because it was selfish for him to go look for things to try to fix his hands.
Yeah. He was looking for the right things for the wrong reasons.
True. I agree there.
But in either way, in either universe, he was doing that.
Do you think, still getting off time, we're going to go back to the story in a second, but do you think that him knowing about Tony Stark, the 1 in 16, 100,000 million, whatever, and then the fact that they beat Thanos, That had to add to his ego.
Yeah.
It
Oh yeah.
had to. I was
Oh
thinking
yeah.
about that
Him
too,
and Tony
man.
Stark always clash, dude. Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
Tony's an egotistical bastard too. So in the comics too, they always clash.
No, I'm not.
Haha. Tony Stark and Doctor Strange, they always clash because they both are assholes. I never did like Tony Stark in the comics. I never
Really?
did like Stephen Strange. I didn't like his characters. Because they were assholes.
You
I
know, I
liked
never-
them, but I didn't.
I never heard.
I love their powers. I mean,
I've heard of Doctor Strange, but I never really got into him till the movie, till MCU.
shit, I got some Doctor Strange comics.
Like
We're gonna do that one day, remember?
Yeah, we're teasing y'all with this. We'll probably do it. We'll probably wait and do it till after the.
I got some
What If
Doctor Strange.
episodes.
I got some Doctor Strange comics.
We'll probably do that after what if episode
Okay.
is over. That
Sure.
way we have, because it's gonna be a few weeks
Yeah,
before the next show.
I'm sure I do.
We can do
I'm
it
sure I
then for
do.
you guys, but Batman, he tries to sit there, and the only way that book tells him what to do is to absorb powers of other beings. So then we get to see the being, the Kraken or whatever you want to say for the from the first episode with with Captain Carter. That comes out first, and he tries to absorb the power from that being by just sucking it in through his face. And my man that was watching the library says, no, you can't do that. It's too much power. So he starts small. He starts doing something with a freaking bird, then a bug, then a dragon. Then he finally gets up to sucking in the power from that being from the first episode.
The Hydra, or the Kraken, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, with Miss Carter, with Captain Carter.
Yeah.
So he sucks that in, and this dude starts turning into a fucking evil demon.
Yeah, he looked like the wizard from Aladdin. Jafar.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he started getting some crazy looking things in his face.
It's because the evil was eating at his flesh.
Yeah, those beings that he absorbed did not want him.
They
to
hate
do that.
him. They
They
hate
hate him for it. So yeah, so then you go back. Then the scene goes back to the point in time in the beginning of the episode where Stephen Strange was sitting there, and when Wong come up to him and say, "Come on down, let's brew some tea or whatever. Before you do something, you're gonna regret." This Doctor Strange goes with Wong. And then next thing you know,
because he's a good one, yeah.
He starts seeing people he goes outside and seeing shit just absorb in the air, look like running ink, but going straight up.
Yeah.
And then the ancient one comes up and tells him what's going on. And said, I split you in half, and the only one that can stop you is
It's you.
you. So yeah, they get to meet each other.
And then Doctor Strange tells Mom, we've dealt with stuff weirder than this. And I'm like, how?
No.
When have you ever dealt with anything weirder than this?
And he said, well, let's go find him. But as soon as he says, let's go find him, he said, he's found us. So the evil Doctor Strange just came into this Centaurium.
Yeah, Sanctum Sanctorium.
And they go at it, man, pretty much.
Bleak Street, Bleak Avenue.
The evil one tries to absorb the power and become one. He even deception so much to turn into Miss Christie to tell the good Doctor Strange, you love us, you love me, don't you love me, don't you love me?
Yeah, I do love you, but it's not you.
But it's not you. Yeah. And so they get into it, and next thing you know, something happens that don't happen much in any freaking movie, comic book, anything. The good guy loses.
Yep. And the whole universe is destroyed.
Doctor Strange the evil Doctor Strange absorbs
that timeline is split off from the main timeline is destroyed.
It is dark. Even he even asked the freaking Watcher to intervene, and he said, no, I can't.
He talked to the Watcher.
If I would.
Because he sensed, even earlier, you could tell that he sensed the Watcher was there.
He said he researched him, remember?
But he sensed he was there too. You can see it, and he's like...
And he said he read about him and all
because
that.
the Watcher was behind him one time, he grabbed him and
yeah.
sucked him in.
He sensed he was there, but he also knew and researched about what he could do, so that's how he knew he could intervene. But he said, no, I can't. And even if I could, what did Watcher say? I would punish you before I would punish this earth or something like that.
And that's what he wanted. And that would be a punishment. I mean, we all know that if he loses his hands, she survives, and he turns his back on her. So that's how much of an arrogant piece of shit he is. Okay,
but he didn't do that. He absorbed his own self and turned into a freaking devil with the tentacles from that being.
Right. So Doctor Strange got a cold heart.
And that's pretty much the episode. It ends with the freaking universe that he's in at that time ending. And I think that's going to build on to the next episodes along with this series. And also,
the zombie universe is coming.
And also, I think that this episode
has a lot to do with
Peter
takes over the cloak during the zombie episode.
I think Strange, what they're doing with What If now that I'm seeing it more, I think Doctor Strange, they're doing this to build him up to be an evil son of a bitch in Doctor Strange 2.
When the multiverse of madness?
Yes, because they say it's all canon with it. Everything matters.
It's all. This is all.
So I think
this is all What If from the MCU. This is What If all blends together.
But it has some, if they said it's relevant, it's going to matter in the movies.
It does.
And I think that's what they're doing. Because Doctor Strange is supposed to be a big part in this. Supposed to be a
the
big part in
Spider-Man. The multiverse of madness is going to be awesome. That's a big.
And people are going to be sleeping on that because they all excited about Spider-Man. Spider-Man 3.
I'm waiting for multiverse of madness.
No Way Home is probably going to be building up to Doctor Strange.
Yes.
And it's going to be some mind-blowing shit.
What is next? The Eternals?
November? No, Shang-Chi coming out.
Shang-Chi is next. Oh, that's right.
I've seen it, y'all. If y'all want spoilers,
Legend of the Ten Rings?
comments.
I've got some Master of the Kung Fu comics. From where Shang-Chi came.
We'll
I
check
got
that out.
some.
We'll check that
I
out
do
when we
have
do
some.
when we do the comic.
I believe.
Billy's real comic review.
Yeah, because he's got yeah, because Shang-Chi come from the Masters of Kung Fu.
Yeah. But man, this episode was dark. My opinions on it straight up. I'll go first if that's all right with you. It was super dark. I never thought this would happen. I didn't think the universe that he was. I didn't think it. I couldn't believe it. I was in shock. I was like, what the, pretty much. And I couldn't wait to talk to Billy
So
about
that
it.
timeline ceased to exist.
So I'm gonna give my rating right now. I'm gonna stay at the same rating I've given almost every show. I'm gonna give it 8.5.
I'm gonna give it a 6.5. There's no explanation as to why. I'm just gonna give it a 6.5.
I wanna know.
I don't have to give an explanation.
I wanna
I'm
know.
just gonna give it
The
a
fans
6.5.
wanna know.
Well, I'm gonna give it a 6.5
Why?
for the simple fact it won't have salute.
Absolute.
I still disagree with that.
Unmovable.
Because it's like it's not. Because she could have been saved.
But how?
If
But they could have sat there and went through every freaking thing.
yeah, he did in
the
he
show.
did in the end game. He did.
And
with-
he
in,
could have done
Infinity
that. He
War.
could have sat there and done that there.
Yeah.
But we didn't have to see it off camera. We didn't have to see
So I'm
it off
saying
camera.
it won't absolute. It's like they're
But why?
saying, but it won't because he
But
could
why?
have because of that reason
How?
you just said. Because he
How?
could have sat there and watched them all and say, "Oh, I could have. There's a
And
way.
none of them found out.
There's another fucking
there was
way.
no other way, though.
But it was.
If it was, he would have done it.
But he didn't. So it won't absolute.
It's absolutely
So it
because
won't.
they won't. If there was another way, he could have saved
But
her.
he didn't, so it won't
would have.
absolute.
Look at all the shit he went through to try to save her.
It won't absolute. Because it wasn't absolutely. Because it was absolutely another way he could have saved her.
Tell me that way.
He could have went through there and broke his fucking hands and
Do
the
you
way
think he would have? You think he wouldn't try to do that?
But he could have.
But he picked her up in this.
But it won't absolute.
He picked
That's
her
my
up in this.
point. The
It's-
whole
in
point.
this universe.
Who you agree with? Me or Tony? Comment. All
In
that.
this universe, not the
It
ones we've
was
seen
not
before.
absolute. They kept saying it was absolute. It was not absolute. Because there was absolutely another way she could have been saved.
Well, tell us.
The way she was saved.
How was she saved?
She was saved
She
because
wasn't saved.
she
died.
was. In another universe, she was fucking saved. So it means it was
That's
not
the
absolute.
one word you're messing up at.
But
right
it won't.
there.
That means it won't absolute.
Another
Exactly. That means it
universe.
won't absolute.
Not in this universe.
That means it won't absolute, guys.
This universe.
It's still. It won't
This
absolute.
universe.
It won't absolute.
In this universe, her person in this
Absolutely
universe, her
was
variant,
not
whatever you want to call it, her variant person in this universe died.
What we all can agree on is ultimate power corrupts absolutely. That's what we all can agree on.
But there's no way he could have saved
All
her.
right.
He didn't even. He tried not
Love
even
you
to take her
guys.
to
I'm
the
not
thing.
even going to argue no more because I'm a very peaceful guy. I don't like to.
We're not arguing. It's
I
good
don't
to have
like
a healthy
argue.
debate, and we need to teach people that y'all can have healthy
Yeah.
debates and
I
still
just-
walk
I
around
just-
there and tell them I love you and you're my best friend.
Yeah, you are too.
But we can still have
We just
healthy
have to
debates, and
agree
y'all
and
can see
disagree on
that.
this one.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to argue no more because I agree that absolute power corrupts absolutely.
That has nothing to do with.
That's just what I agree on.
But anyway, I give it 8.5. Billy
I
gives
give
it
it a
8.
6.5.
6.5. Next week we have. What do we got next week?
Next week I think is going to be the.
I'm ready for Tony Stark and Killmonger, man.
Oh no! I'm looking forward to the where Peter Parker takes up the play
I'm
during
not
the
a
zombie,
zombie fan, dude.
the zombie universe.
I don't care
I'm looking
what
forward
it
to that
is.
one. I'm really looking forward to the zombie.
I've never been a zombie fan. All about
Well, I
anything
was.
really
I
much.
like them, but
I mean, not even. I mean, outside of Marvel.
outside of Marvel, I won't.
I'm not. I don't like zombies. that
I
much,
don't
man. It's
either,
just
but-
like, I don't know.
I didn't either, but anyway, I'm looking forward to that one.
Especially a
Peter
stereotypical
Parker. I mean,
zombie.
he's like one of the greatest.
Show me your zombie.
Oh, see my zombie tattoo? It's old. It's old. I was taking off the cover of the comic. I don't remember which one.
But yeah,
I've got that comic, by the way.
we're not sure which. That's my fault. I didn't do my research. I don't know what show's coming up next week, but best believe we'll
Episode
have
5 is coming next week.
yeah. Best believe we'll have a
Touche,
review.
touche.
We'll have a review right for y'all, man.
And we'll do the same thing, reaction. I'm gonna wait. I'll wait and watch it with you guys.
Make
That's
sure
what
y'all
I'm
hit
gonna
that like. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe.
do. And hit that bell, put it cracking like Liberty Bell.
Thank you all.
Hey, y'all wondering? This is Poppy. My grandkid gave me that ring. No, like, oh, that's Poppy.
He says Poppy. He said that's Poppy. I
That's
think of
Poppy.
another Poppy.
Poppy, eh?
I think of the blonde-haired crazy singer girl. Poppy.
Hey, I think Poppy the damn little troll chick. Ain't that what her name was?
I have no idea.
Well, that's
But
what
hey,
man.
man.
Anyway,
Thank y'all for
I've
watching.
always liked rings.
And make sure.
I like rings. Oh, that looks like the black. That looks like the black green. The black.
You see what I'm pointing to?
Not the Green Lantern, but the Black Lantern. All glory goes to Yeshua. Yahuwah, the Father, Yeshua, the Son, the Word of God. Yeshua, Jesus.
Wherever you at, we pray for y'all. We love y'all.
Amen.
Thank you for watching. It's your boy, Tony Regan. TR41.
Corner Brew.
Comic
Productions.
review. Comic
With the
book
Fake Wake and Bake Show and the Comic View. Comic
Comic
View
book
Review.
review. Comic book
Comic
review.
book.
Comic
Comic
book
book
review.
review. Yeah.
Comic book review.
Peace out.